All right. Okay. Brooklyn, do you have a question?
Yes, ma'am.
What's up, honey?
Do we supposed to finish our little math packet for grade?
The stapled papers. Is
The
that
math
what?
paper.
Yes, honey. You need to finish chapter 9 for this week's math grade, okay?
Okay.
All right. Okay, so let me zoom my camera in a little bit. All right, try to see that as best as you can. So we're going to go over our reading vocabulary. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words. That's it. And this is your last reading vocabulary for the whole year.
Ooh, yay.
This is the last reading vocabulary for the whole year. After this, you can say, I'm done with that.
So,
All right, so our first word we have here is angry. Can you say angry?
angry.
Angry. So our definition for angry is to feel very upset about something. All right, so when you're angry, you're very upset about something. Our next word we have here is fussed. Can I hear you say that? Fussed.
Plus.
Fussed. Good. So, fussed is when you're talked and is when somebody has talked in an unhappy way or they've complained. They fussed. They talked in an unhappy way. They were complaining. Our next word is groaned. Can you see that? Groaned.
Grown.
Groaned. You too, Zevin.
Grown.
Groaned. All right, so to groan is when you have made a deep moaning sound. Does anybody know what a groan sounds like?
Oh,
That
oh,
deep
yeah.
moaning sound. Ugh.
You don't wake up in the morning all the time.
Yeah, when you wake up in the morning, you probably groan a little. Ugh. Our next word we have grumbled. Can I hear you say that?
Grumble.
Grumbled. Good. So when someone has grumbled, they have talked let me start over. They have talked in an angry way about something that is not pleasing. They have grumbled. And now our last word we have here is promised. Can I hear y'all say that?
Promise.
Promised. And when someone has promised something, they said he or she would do something. Okay. So those are our 5 words. And now I'm going to get into our passage. And this story is going to sound a bit familiar because, like I said, my other teacher books, they're currently locked inside the school. So I have this one that I had last time we were using it. And we're going to read that story called Carousel. I'm sure some of you will remember that. Remember with the little girl and her carousel?
Oh, yeah.
So we're going to read Carousel. And I
You
hope
can't
you
go
have
back.
your listening ears on because I'm going to ask questions, okay? So put on your listening ears. All right, so Carousel by Pat Cummings. Alex didn't want her hair braided or her shiny shoes buckled or every single little pearly button buttoned on her dress. And she definitely didn't want her birthday cake after dinner with just her aunts. So why does Alex have to dress up? Brooklyn?
It's her birthday.
It's her birthday. All right, let's keep reading. So, where's Daddy? She grumbled for the 8th time. Hold still, Alex, sighed her mother, tugging away. Off went the sneakers, on went the bows, off went the jeans, on came the frills. So why do you think Alex might be in a bad mood? Zevin?
Because you said she grumbled.
Okay. But what was she grumbling about?
Because her dad didn't show up to her birthday and she didn't wear what she would like to wear.
Okay, she's not wearing things she wants to wear and she's wondering where's daddy. Let's keep reading. Dinner lasted forever. Alex pushed peas from side to side on her plate. She stabbed a potato chunk with her fork, dragged it through the gravy, and ate it like an ice cream cone. Alex, her mother warned, and then she smiled at the aunts. Let's open your presents before we cut the cake. Before Alex could say, let's wait for Daddy, her aunts had whisked away the dinner plates, pulled balloons out of bags, and popped party hats on everyone's heads. There was a pile of presents to open. Alex opened Aunt Leah's gift first. I have a million pairs of pajamas, she mumbled grumpily. So when Alex opened her gift from Auntie, what was it? Auntie Leah, it was a pair of pajamas. And what was Alex's reaction to opening that gift? Zevin?
I already have a million pairs of pajamas.
I already have a million pairs. Do you think Alex could have reacted in a more polite way?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, okay.
Grateful.
What was that, Brooklyn?
She needs to be grateful.
She could be more grateful because not everybody gets to have all these pajamas.
Like me.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like you. All right, let's keep
Oh.
reading. She unwrapped a frothy ballerina tutu from Aunt Ruby. Aunt Ruby liked things to sparkle. Looks scratchy, Alex fussed under her breath. Her mother made a face at her, but Alex didn't care. Then, burrowing through puffs of tissues, Alex found a pair of long, fuzzy, hot pink slipper socks. They had rabbit ears and googly eyes and whiskers. Aunt Rose scurried to grab her camera. No way, Alex groaned. So the author in the story has been using words like fussed and groaned. Why do you think they're using words like that with Alex? Zevin?
Like she's not having fun and she's bored.
Yeah, she's not having fun. I don't know about if she's bored, but she's definitely not having a good time. She seems a bit unhappy. What was that, Brooklyn?
Her daddy isn't there.
Yeah, she doesn't know where dad is. Let's keep reading.
My dad was on my birthday.
Yeah. Let's keep reading. Alex, her mother said sharply, maybe you need to go to bed. Alex quickly hugged her aunt and her aunts and thanked them. She wasn't mad at them, but Daddy promised, she began. He said he'd try, honey. And, her mother added, handing her the last gift, he said to give you this just in case he didn't make it back from his trip in time. Alex felt her cheeks getting hot. He knew he wouldn't be home. She tugged at the paper and yanked off the ribbons. Ooh, the aunts cried. There before her was the most perfect little carousel that Alex had ever seen. He said he'd be here, Alex hissed angrily. The aunt stopped oohing. He promised. She kicked away the ribbons at her feet. That's it, young lady. No cake for you. Say good night. Her mother wasn't smiling. But Alex didn't care. She wanted to blow the candy roses right off the cake anyway. Good night, Alex barked. She marched upstairs holding the carousel by one of its delicate little poles. I don't care. Alex twisted the bows out of her hair and pulled off her party dress without stopping to undo a single little button. He knew it, he knew it, she fussed at the little animals. Alex heard her aunts laughing downstairs. They're eating up my cake. Let's stop real quick. What does Alex mean when she says he knew it, he knew it? Brooklyn?
She means he knew it. He wasn't gonna make it.
He knew he wasn't going to make it. Let's keep reading. She jumped into bed, kicked the blankets back, and sent the carousel tumbling. There was a soft snap. Slowly, she picked up the carousel and studied it. The tiny zebra looked wobbly. With just a wiggle, it broke off completely. So what caused the zebra to break off the carousel?
Her wiggling it.
Her wiggling the little zebra. Zevin, are you still there?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let's keep reading.
There we go.
Its little painted face looked almost angry. She had to fix the carousel before her father came home, or he would think she didn't like her gift. She yawned. She turned. There would be time in the morning. Alex didn't remember falling asleep. Something tickled her knee, waking her in time to see the last of the carousel animals hopping lightly out of her window. Oh no, she gasped. They had to come back. The empty carousel was on its side, all deserted and sad looking. Daddy, she whispered. Alex ran to the window, and knowing what she had to do, slipped easily down into the soft grass outside. The animals were getting away. Alex took off running. Even as she hurried after them, it seemed that the moonlight was making them grow, their legs stretching farther and farther, a paw here, ears there, whiskers in and out of the blue nighttime leaves. So let's stop real quick. How are the animals the same as when they were on the carousel? And how have they changed? Zevin?
I got one for how they changed.
Say that one more time.
I got one for how they changed.
Say that one more time. I couldn't hear you.
I got one for how they changed.
Okay, you have one for how they changed. How did they change?
How they get bigger.
They got bigger. Okay, but how did they stay the same? Did the tiger become like a, like let's say there's a tiger on the carousel, because I know y'all can't see the pictures, but did the tiger become like a cheetah or something? Did they say anything about the animals changing, what kind of animal they are? No, they're still the same animals, but they are now
Bigger.
bigger. Thank you. Let's keep reading. And just when she thought she had lost them forever, Alex saw them waiting beyond the tall trees. They were waiting for her. Alex tiptoed up to the zebra. She carefully climbed on his back. A little bit of pole was sticking up just where she had broken it off. Sorry, she whispered in his ear. Had he heard her? The zebra shook his mane and began to trot. Then he galloped. Then he flew. So after all the animals ran outside, what did they do? Did they keep running or did they stop and wait for Alex?
Stop and wait for Alex.
They stopped and wait for Alex. And why did Alex apologize to the zebra?
Because she had wiggled it off the carousel.
Because she wiggled him off the carousel and there was still a little bit of what sticking out of him? The pole. A little bit of the pole was still sticking out of him. Okay, let's keep reading. Around and around and around. All of the animals were running with him. From frog to flamingo, from rabbit to giraffe. Alex took turns. Upside down, right side up, one hand, no hands, both eyes closed. Okay, so let me reread that little paragraph. And I want you to pay attention to what type of animals we have. So around and around and around, all the animals were running with him. From frog to flamingo, from rabbit to giraffe. Alex took turns. Upside down, right side up, one hand, no hands, both eyes closed. So what are the different types of animals we know the carousel has? Brooklyn, give me some animals.
A giraffe.
There's a giraffe.
Flamingo.
Flamingo, Zevin.
Frog.
Frog.
Zebra.
Zebra.
And
One more that we know of. One more. And what?
rabbit.
And a rabbit. Good. Okay, let's keep reading. When at last they slowed down, Alex found she was again on the zebra's back. One by one, the sleepy animals made their way through the cool grass toward her bedroom window. Alex curled her fingers in and out of the zebra's mane. Even in the pale light, she could see that he was smiling. One eye opened, then the other. It was morning. Oh dear, Alex sat straight up. She remembered everything. She remembered the carousel animals had all gotten loose. She pulled the covers apart, but now there wasn't a single little animal in sight. She rolled onto the floor and peered under the bed. No flamingo, no leopard, nothing. So what does Alex do to try to find the carousel animals? Where does she try looking? Brooklyn?
On the carousel.
Okay. Where else? Zevin?
The bed where the monster should be.
Under the bed. Where the monster should be. Under the bed. She looked under the cover. She looked in the carousel. So let's keep reading. Happy birthday, sleepyhead. You awake? Her father was home. Hugging Alex, he kissed her smack on the nose. Then he saw the carousel sitting underneath the window. Daddy, I'm sorry I broke it, Alex said. And I'm sorry I missed your birthday, her father answered. I got really angry when my plane was so late in coming home, but I couldn't stay angry. Know why? Alex shook her head. Because the same thing that made me angry made me happy when I thought about it. I was happy just to be coming home. So why did Alex apologize to her father? Brooklyn?
For breaking the carousel.
Breaking the carousel. And why did her father apologize to her? Zevin?
Because his plane was late.
His plane was late. All right, let's keep reading. Breakfast, anyone? Her mother asked, going straight to the window to close it. It got a wee bit windy in here last night. She winked at Alex. Alex kissed them both on the cheek. We have a little work to do, her dad said, pressing the tiny zebra into Alex's hand. What's for breakfast? Oh, scrambled cake and ice cream omelets. Her mother laughed and headed downstairs. Alex took her dad by the hand. So let's look at Alex's behavior. At the beginning of the story, how would you describe her behavior? Brooklyn?
Ungrateful and rude.
Ungrateful and rude. What about now? How does she behave now? Brooklyn?
Happy.
Happy. Good. Would you also say she's more polite as well?
Yes,
Yes.
ma'am.
Yeah. And so what work do Alex and her father have to do now? Brooklyn?
Fix the carousel.
Fix the carousel, the little zebra that broke off. And why does Alex's mother joke that they're having scrambled cake and ice cream omelets for breakfast?
Oh,
Zevin?
because couldn't eat her ice cream or cake.
Yeah, she didn't eat her ice cream or cake the night before. All right, we're almost done here. Let's keep reading. And put on those cute little slippers for Daddy, Alex, her mother called out. Alex squeezed her dad's hand. He was going to love those slippers. The end.
I'm injured.
All right, so that is everything for today. Does anybody have any questions before we go? Brooklyn, what's your question?
I just had something to tell you.
What's up?
One day I went to my grandma's house, my grandma May's house, and my brother Steve told me he go to a school in Chickasaw, and he told me and my mama that he only had 2 pages of work to do, and he was done with them in one day. That's all he had to do.
That's interesting. All right, Zevin, what's your